Hey, what's up you guys? It's Ruthie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to go into chapter 77 of The Murder House by James Patterson and David Ellis, so let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, I suggest you click off the video now. You have been warned. Chapter 77. The waiter opens the bottle of wine and hands the cork to Justin, who defers to me. The waiter pours an inch of Pinot into my glass, and I swirl it, sniff it, taste it, and nod my approval. Cheers, says Justin, looking very nice in a white shirt with an open collar and a blue sport coat. We clink our glasses. It's a nice place near the intersection of Main Street and the Turnpike. Not very far, really, from Justin's own restaurant, Tasty's. But this is more than a slight step up from his diner, dark oak in the caramel leather, dim lighting, people dressed as formally as it gets in the Hamptons. What made you change your mind? He asked me. I shrugged. My friend told me I should have dinner with you, and I've gone about 72 hours straight obsessing about the case. A little battery recharging may be in order. Well, I'm glad. He takes a drink of the wine. Hey, this is good. It is good. If I saw the price correctly on the menu, this bottle was over $200, a 2011 Pinot from the Russian River Valley. All I know about wine is what I learned from Maddie, who would always line up the year it was bottled with the vintage and location to find the perfect bottle to pair with our meal. I gotta say, I don't know anything about wine, says Justin. I'm the kind of guy who picks based on the label. He laughs at himself. Me too. An awkward silence follows. He seems a little nervous, not so adept at small talk, that's for sure, but that part I like. I've had enough of smooth talkers. Still, with two people who aren't good at chatter, there is a palpable sense of relief when the appetizers arrived. Chilled zucchini soup for me, burrata with peaches for him. So what brought you to the Hamptons, he asks. I stop on that one. I thought everyone knew about that, I say. Well, I remember the trial, he says. Some trouble you had with the NYPD, but I always figure there's two sides to every story. I mean, if you want. An initial buzz is kicking in from the wine, maybe loosening me up a little. I was working undercover, I say, going after meth dealers high up on the chain. I got close to the top guy. How'd you do that? Get close to him? He settles his elbows on the table. I slept with him, I say. I became his girlfriend. Wow. He leans back. Wow. Yeah, it was pretty intense. Only way to do it, though. These guys are weird tight. They don't trust anybody, but when it comes to sex, they don't use their brains so much. That's pretty wow. So anyway, I say, I came to find out that some of the people helping the boss were cops. There was a whole ring set up. The cops were running protection for the dealers, so I sent that information back to headquarters. I reported it. I made a big mistake, though. What? I didn't report it to an IAD, Internal Affairs. Who'd you report it to? My boss, my lieutenant. Why was that a mistake? I gesture with my wine glass, take a sip. 2 days later, totally out of the blue, 3 cops are suddenly claiming that I skimmed off the top of a drug raid before I went undercover. They said I stole money and drugs from the drug dealers, that I arrested them and only turned in some of the money and some of the drugs, kept the rest for myself. That kind of thing happens. It happens if you're a dirty cop, I say. The drug dealers aren't going to complain, right, if you're busted. Would you rather be busted with 1,000 grams of cocaine and $100,000, or with 10 grams and $10,000? Either way, you're not getting any of it back, but you get a lesser sentence this way. It's a pretty classic shakedown if you're a dirty cop. He nods slowly. Which I am not, I say. I touched a nerve in the department. I told the wrong person and they wanted to silence me, so they trumped up these charges and gave me a choice, resign or go to prison. We don't speak for a while. I drain my first glass of the Pinot. Easy, Murphy, don't let the emotions bubble to the surface. Do you regret it, he asks. I let out air. Do I regret not staying and fighting for my job every single day? But it was 3 cops against 1, he says. I nod. That's what Lang said. He said I could beat those odds, he said. Get out while you still have your badge. Come work for me. So I did. Well, I'm glad you did. Hope you like it here. I shrug. I won't be here much longer, I say. I'm just staying until I figure out who killed my uncle. His smile loses a few degrees of wattage. It seems he might have had some ideas about me. I figured I should let him know up front that I'm not his long-term plans. For the main course, I have scallops and sweet corn and shishito peppers. They are absolutely delicious, but really no better than the ones at Tasty's. They get their seafood from the same place we do, Justin says. Really? You guys in this restaurant? Yeah, he says, cocking his head surprised at my surprise. I put down my fork. Your food is as good as this place is, I say, but you can't be operating Tasty's at a profit with the prices you're charging. Who said I was operating at a profit? He smiles and takes the last sip of his wine. He calls over the waiter and orders a second bottle. Okay, so what's your angle, I ask? This whole man of the people thing about not raising prices for 10 years. Angle? Why does there have to be an angle? I look him over. Good looks, private schools growing up, an expensive dinner tonight, a restaurant that loses money. I'm no saint, he says. We come close to breaking even some years. It's fun to have a place where everyone comes and enjoys themselves. It's fun for me, too. There's got to be something wrong with you, I say. Are you sure you're not a serial killer or something? I never said I wasn't. He smiles and wipes his mouth with his napkin. You've been a cop too long, Jenna. You only see bad people. There are lots of good people in the world, too. Maybe he's right. Maybe not everyone in this world has an angle. Maybe I've been so closed off in the ocean of crime and punishment that I've lost sight of some things. Maybe losing my badge is a good thing. Maybe there's hope for me yet. That is the end of this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.